because we got to see the rest of the division in action this weekend, baby. A little bit of Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. We got to see the Minnesota Vikings taking L to the lowly, and I get the whole season had to prove themselves as lowly or not.
They got baked.
But the lowly Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That one was at home.
That was home.
That was in Minnesota.
Their new unis.
Opening game.
Yeah.
New uniforms and everything.
And they got baked.
Cooked. Fuck them.
The Detroit Lions are going undefeated in the division this year. They're going to go 6-0. They're going to win all of these games by at least a touchdown. And they're going to embarrass the Chicago Bears twice.
But Justin,
the average margin of victory versus the Chicago Bears this year for the Detroit Lions is going to be 21 points. It is not going to be close. The Bears look terrible. Justin Fields look terrible. Their offensive and defensive line look terrible. And it's going to be fun to watch. The Lions are skipping through the division. The only way the Lions lose a division game this year is if they had the division and a playoff spot locked up the last week of the season. And we still might even beat the Vikings if we're sending out the B team.
Teddy Two Gloves.
listen,
Kings of the North.
the Bears this offseason have been crowned contenders. Not necessarily for the Super Bowl, but even for the division this year. And for what reason? Justin Fields was crowned an MVP candidate. For what reason? Ryan Poles was championed as him, as Brad Holmes level finesser. For what fucking reason? Fuck the Bears! They haven't shown us anything. They've done nothing to deserve this. Detroit Lions have hype. There's some context behind it, Spinny. We won 82 games last season against playoff teams. Essentially, the last game of the year on national primetime television against the Green Bay Packers, reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers, was a playoff game in itself. There's some context to that hype. The Bears hype, there was no context. That's why I was going off the mouth all offseason, because there's no context to any of this nonsense. And guess what? They hit the field at home against a Jordan Love who I somewhat respected. I didn't say he was going to be bad. I know others felt differently, but he certainly was going to be a superstar by any means. He was held behind Aaron Rodgers because he was at Aaron Rodgers' level to even push him out of the way. In fact, they gave Aaron Rodgers an extension while Jordan Love was there. But they went to Chicago with Jordan Love, and his first drive scored.
Yep.
Justin Fields, where's the MVP? Where's the MVP guy you guys talking about? What were the complaints? Oh, he didn't have any offensive line?
Yes.
They drafted an offensive lineman, right? First round pick? Okay. The complaints, didn't have any weapons.
No weapons.
Darnell
No
Mooney's right. And
receivers.
then they traded the first overall pick
Yes.
for Darnell Mooney.
They did. No. DJ Moore.
I'm sorry, DJ Moore. I apologize. He was targeted, what, 3 times?
Yep.
3 times the entire game?
2 catches, 14 yards.
That was the excuse for the Chicago Bears fans. And then here you are, running the football, being just as predictable every single play.
Yeah.
Fuck the Bears!
That was your championship, Bears. The preseason was your championship. You saw these guys. Oh, DJ Moore looks like a weapon. He's got a touchdown every catch. Look at him. He can't be stopped. You're playing backups in preseason. He shouldn't be stopped. What happens when you go out there against the real defense, against the Jair Alexander, against guys with a pulse? Oh, let me check. 2 catches, 14 yards. That's your champion. That's your weapon. That's the savior that's going to fix Justin Fields being a bum when he has to throw the ball. Guess what? Didn't fucking happen. Oh, but no. Justin Fields, he's elusive in the pocket. He makes things happen. 4 sacks, sacked 4 times. That offensive line, still trash. You bring that shit into Detroit, Justin Fields is going to need a stretcher to get him off the field.
Ooh.
This is tough. This is tough for Bears fans. I know you guys were all hyped. I know you guys were the preseason darlings. Justin Fields MVP year, it's going to happen. Guess what? No. You're going to be right back at the top of the draft board this year, Bears fans. You're going to be right there with another top 5 pick. And I hope you spend it on a guy who can actually block somebody, because that offensive line looks atrocious. Good luck to being a bottom feeder again, Bears fans. Good luck to winning maybe more than 5 games, Bears fans. I thought you were going to be better. I did. I like some of the pieces you made. Guess what? You guys still suck. Ryan Pace is a clown. Justin Fields can't throw the ball. It's over already, Bears fans, and it hasn't even started.
I think he attempted like somewhat of 5 passes up over 10 yards. I mean, like, Listen, Ryan Proles, again, being crowned as like this brilliant GM, did he not make a move for a second? He gave up a second rounder for Chase Claypool.
He did.
Did you notice him in yesterday's game at all?
No.
Who looked fucking terrible, by the way. No. Like, there was that, and then there's a guy who just suits up, puts a helmet on, then doesn't show up. He was terrible in blocking. He couldn't catch a cold. His route running was pathetic. Chase Claypool has just cemented himself as the worst starting wide receiver in football, in my opinion, after yesterday. The worst.
That's a statement. I'm like, okay, you guys accredit this guy with what? He also grabbed a $80 million linebacker, too, in Tremaine Edmonds. Got to be honest, Vinny, I like Tremaine Edmonds. I know you wanted him here in Detroit. Didn't notice him.
Didn't see him out there.
Didn't notice him yesterday.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of draft capital on him. And by the way, you had a guy that was, I think, is better, and Roquan Smith, and they didn't want to pay him, but essentially paid Tremaine Edmonds more.
Yeah.
More money than that. And then I'm not even done yet, too, because I've always clowned the Eberflus hiring. How do you have... Because I'll be real about Justin Fields, extremely talented, amazingly gifted. Even watching him evade sacks yesterday, I was like, damn, this guy is hard to sack. Is the situations he got up, it's very impressive. Mm-hmm. You hire a defensive coordinator as your head coach to help involve the first round investment you just made in Justin Fields. And then now, year 3 of this, by the way, less snaps than Jordan Love. Where's the development?
Don't see it.
Where is it?
Can't see it.
You hired a defensive coordinator to that's just stupid. It's clown behavior.
He looks pretty much
dumb.
the same.
The Bears' hype was unnecessary. And I get it's week 1. I'm still feeling pretty damn confident about every piece of shit I had to talk about.
They look pretty much damn near the same as they did last year, which was the worst team in the NFL.
Literally.
And you look pretty much the same. Can't see too much more improvement. Like you said, I like Tremaine Edmonds. I wanted Tremaine Edmonds. What's Tremaine Edmonds' calling card at linebacker?
Coverage.
His coverage ability.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones was the leading receiver for the Packers. The running back was the leading receiver for the Packers. So it sounds like your linebackers were getting cooked in coverage. Come on, Bears fans. Come back down to earth and enjoy a top 3 draft pick again this year. Because that was embarrassing. The only team that should be more embarrassed than Bears fans are Giants fans.
Oh, yeah, that's facts. Steelers are up there, too. But I was going to say, too, like, one of my defenses for Jordan Love was, like, he's got Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, like a receiver. Christian Watson didn't even play yesterday.
Did not play.
Arguably the most explosive weapon. Probably Aaron Jones would be in that conversation, too. Didn't even play yesterday. Aaron Jones left the game early, too.
And he had 86 yards receiving.
Hey, fuck the Bears. I don't want to hear them mention as NFC North champions until they prove it or do something to give me some context behind it. Moving on. Because we're talking about the NFC North, by the way. I hate the Bears like really aggressively, so that's why I went that way. But then you go to the embarrassment of the Minnesota Vikings.
Another embarrassing
The overrated Minnesota Vikings. Everyone's telling me the Minnesota Vikings win the division. Minnesota Vikings would be the second best team in the division. For what reason, brother? For what? You watched them win.
Somebody has to be.
13 games last year by 1 point.
And would you look at that?
One
They just
score?
lost a 1-score game.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
They made it sound like that was an impressive feat last year, that they were in that many one-score games. It's like, no, you were that close to losing how many? 11 games? Mm-hmm. If you would have had one more bad thing go your way, you would have lost all of those games. And a bad thing is, like you guys said earlier, is losing Zadarius Smith. How do you expect? What does that defense have? And Delvin Tomlinson.
They lost.
Your boy Adam Thielen.
Danielle Hunter looked pretty good. That's about it. Justin Jefferson had 138 receiving yards at halftime. And you guys still choked it away against Baker fucking Mayfield. Baker Mayfield went out there and made Minnesota his bitch. If Baker Mayfield.
If you want to bitch, the pieces you made investments into, your offense.
Yeah.
Jordan Hassan had a touchdown.
Yeah, he did.
Fantasy-wise, I like Jordan Hassan. Obviously, just Hawkins and I have him, and Jay Jettas is. But your offense performed, and you still lost.
I saw a delusional Minnesota fan with his takeaways from the game. Uh-huh. One of them was Alexander Mattison is better than Dalvin Cook.
That's okay.
Where? Alexander Mattison looked terrible. Not explosive, not hitting holes, getting taken down after 2 yards every run. Like, come on, man. This is the least explosive starting running back in the NFL, period. Alexander Mattison can't break off a 20-yard run if his life depended on it.
And then again, the casuals were the ones just crowning the Vikings champs back to back for whatever reason. I don't know. We'll call them casuals. The reason why I didn't call the people saying that about the Chicago Bears casuals because you're just a dumbass if you ever said the Chicago Bears won the division. I like Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football. And I don't know if he's. I didn't watch it live when he picked the Bears to win the division. I don't know if it was a joking thing. Dumbass.
Yeah.
They've done nothing. There's no context behind this Bears team to crown them division champions, or Justin Fields the MVP candidate, or Ryan Poles a finesse. And that brings us to the Packers, which we have 1 minute on. And to be honest with you, I'm still assessing them a little bit. The Bears are the worst team in football last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they just beat on the worst team in football,
They did.
or if they're actually like respectable.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the Packers are going to be better than we thought because their defense did look good, but it was going against Justin Fields and that terrible offense. So any defense would look good in that situation. And the same with the offense. Like Jordan Love looked good, but he was going against the Bears. So I could look good going against the Bears. I could throw for where was it? 245 yards, 3 touchdowns against the Bears.
Ooh, the disrespect.
Because there were some wide open receivers. There were some blatant breakdowns in the secondary. I think the Packers are going to be better than I thought. Because Quay Walker looked good. He had the pick 6. Oh, look at that. Justin Fields threw another pick 6. What else is new?
Looked like Lucas Klotz on that run back, too.
Shut up, Lucas. He looked pretty. The defense is going to be legit. They're going to be better than they were last year. Obviously, like we said, Quay Walker, not Zadarius Smith, Ian Gary. He had a sack. He had a good game. What's his name? Rasul Douglas on one side, and you got Jair Alexander on the other side, obviously. So I expect them to be better, but it's still not going to be a test for the Lions.
Some handsome analysts at Woodward Sports told you guys Vikings might be a little bit overrated. The Bears didn't prove you shit. And the Packers are the only ones standing on anything respectable. And that's what we saw. Hey, granted week 1.
Granted week 1, and it was against the Bears. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. Like,
I was just saying, I told you so.
Like King would look good against the Bears. Cass Tech would look good against the Bears. Like Catholic Central would look good against the Bears.
That's disrespectful.
It's the Bears.